Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton. I am President and CEO of Archimedes Offspring. I hope you had a wonderful kind of last weekend of the holiday. We got all of our stuff put away and we are hard at work. All right. So last Friday, I gave you the We Can Conquer the World in January of 2020. So I was sending you out my mojo, trying to get you excited. All right. So this is the season. And again, I'm going to slow down just a little bit. Deep breath. I did have a third cup of coffee this morning, so bear with the caffeine just a little bit, but we are working hard. It is the trade show season. Just like the holiday season's come and gone, now it's trade show season, and we are gearing up for the National Hardware Show. That's just the heavy duty focus right now. We look at a trade show as being the right place to do reconnaissance work on market research. People's inventors, when you come to me and you say, oh, I spent $10,000 on this market research, it's like, unless you've got an endless pot of money, that's a bad way to spend it. Lordy, there are better ways to use your precious dollars. One of them is a trade show. You need patent pending status and a sexy prototype. So at that point now, the duct tape and cardboard prototypes and the Legos prototypes, they're not going to cut it. You need to have a sexy prototype, and there are ways to get those and places to go that for maybe a few $1,000s, you can have something now, not $10,000, a few $1,000s to get that prototype. And you need one of those anyway. You need to know, do you really have something that you can make it work? So patent pending status, sexy prototype. You go to a trade show. At a trade show, you can talk to potential buyers. The buyers are representing stores who are representing thousands of customers. You do market research, you go and you do a focus group, you get 10 consumers in a room, they're doing market research, they may call and talk to 100 consumers. Well, you need more than that. You need thousands of consumers represented at a trade show by the store owners, the buyers, the licensees. A good, reputable licensee can have a pretty good idea in a short conversation with you whether or not they think your product's going to fly. Well, before you have spent thousands of dollars on the utility patent and thousands more dollars on finalizing your prototypes, packaging, wouldn't you like to know what the interest is? Not spending tens of thousands of dollars from a marketing company that's going to say, oh, yeah, we can do this, and they send you an invoice. If their market research is wrong, you still are expected to pay the invoice. You go to a trade show, you're talking to people. All right, so you can figure out price points. You don't get to say, I'm going to charge this much for this product. The consumer tells you how much they're going to pay for the product. And again, at the trade show, and these are professional trade shows, not trade shows that are open to the consumer, professional shows. You've got to have credentials to get in. So what we look for then with the inventors, and I take 25 inventors to the National Hardware Show coming up in May. Cannot believe it's May 2020. But I've been to lots of different trade shows. There is a trade show for every single product, a professional trade show. I have been to the National Asphalt Show. That was fun. All right, wasn't very big. Productive. It was extremely productive for my inventor. So when we look at that, and the 25 inventors I take to the National Hardware Show, we're looking for a variety of information. So depending on where you are in the process, all right, you can ask, well, Mr. Licensee or Mr. Store Owner or Mr. Buyer, what's a good price point for this? Well, then when we go back to the engineer, we say, we have to hit this price point. We've got a gentleman going, and we don't know yet if we can hit that price point. So we're now talking to engineers, but we need to know, can we hit this price point? Because we've gotten now the information that we know where it needs to be. Now we know if we've got to find out if we can hit it. Packaging. All right. A Bed Bath & Beyond is require you to have different packaging than an Amazon. Amazon, they've already paid for it. You could wrap it in toilet paper and send it out. Bed Bath & Beyond, better not be doing that. And they have different requirements. So it is not unusual that a product, all right, can have 2 or 3 different types of packaging depending on who's doing the buying. Better to know this up front so you can make it part of your pricing. All right. The pricing includes how much it costs to make the product, the packaging, the product liability insurance, and the shipping. Well, if you miss any one of those, say, oh yeah, we can get the product made for, 95 cents. And so you tell somebody that and they're figuring, oh, multiple of 5, 95 cents, we're just under $5. And you didn't figure in the packaging. That's bad. All right. There's other words I could use to describe this, but it's kid-friendly video. So we've started having some kids reach out to us on Facebook and say, how can you help me? I am happy to help you and help get you teed up for the marketplace to determine if you've got something that is worthwhile. Can it go to a trade show? So when we're looking at those trade shows, they are the perfect place to go and do that reconnaissance, gather that marketing information. What would be the right kind of packaging? Certain products, you need cardboard. They need to be able to touch the product. Others, the clamshell is getting kind of an old technology on packaging. So what is the new? It's at the trade show that you're going to find out. What are your options? All right. What are your potential price points? Who are your potential buyers? So for my inventors who've got product on the way, or they know that they could place an order, that's the next thing. Who are the buyers going to be? All right. And so when you know that you've got these 2 or 3 buyers lined up, they don't want to cash and carry. When I get somebody who says, well, I can't have inventory by then, that's okay. We need to know that we could get it. All right. And how long it would take to get it. We need to know we can hit certain price points. But most of the buyers and the store owners, they're buying for the next quarter or the next season if it's a seasonal item. So they don't expect you to send it from a warehouse right now. If we're looking for a licensee, and most of the inventors who go with me would really, even if they can fill orders, they would really like to get to the point where they can license their intellectual property. And so then that's where we go and we're able to meet licensees. Well, it's even better if we get a buyer that says, we would really like to get this product. It's like, that's great. Do you know a company that makes this kind of product? So we're able to find the contacts that we need for the licensing at the trade show. So dollar for dollar, when you're looking at your marketing dollars, and honestly, by the time you get to this point, marketing dollars are quite precious. So we want to be able to get you out there, get you seen, and get you teed up properly. So on the Archimedes Offspring side of things, what we're looking at then is getting you teed up properly. At that point, we're kind of at the end of the process. We are looking then for the licensee, and we're going to make sure that your product gets to the proper trade show. And whether it is the National Asphalt Show or the National Hardware Show or Super Zoo, whatever it is, we're going to go to those shows at the end of those stages to be able to show your product and be able to find a licensee. So if you are in any one of those phases, you think, oh, you know what? I'm ready to get this going now. And I've got several inventors who have patents filed. They've got prototypes. The National Hardware Show, that would be a perfect place to have you. All right. Now, the National Hardware Show is a misnomer. All right. Please understand that. It is definitely for hardware, but it is anything and everything that you would find in a big box store. Think Target, Walmart, Home Depot, PetSmart, Pep Boys, any of those big box stores, Bed Bath & Beyond, any of those kind of stores for consumer products. They've got probably 10 different industries they cover at the hardware show. If you're in that space now where you say, all right, I'm patent pending, like she said, I've got some sexy prototypes, I need this next phase. Even if you're chosen for the vetting for Archimedes Offspring, don't wait. All right. We're still in those early stages. If you are ready to go ahead and go to a trade show and show off a little bit and gather some of that information, let me know. All right. I have people who are already signing up and getting teed up for the National Hardware Show. So if you think you're interested this week, you need to let me know, because I head to Boston next week and we'll probably finish filling it up. My name is Rita Crompton. We are busy. It is a busy week here. And I'm President and CEO of Archimedes Offspring, and I will talk to you tomorrow.